Okay, so I'm here with Brian and Ori, and this is letter 20, Withdrawal, the Mother Wound, GIB. Ready? Okay. Dear Ewan, I had my second date with German in Barcelona, GIB, last night. Today is T's birthday. My body is humming with love, and amidst the white noise inside, I can feel confusion and learning. I love the way GIB smells. I set out for his place after the last coaching call of the day. I was feeling invigorated. There's me watching and holding presence with the self-care of, let's stay out of mania but allow this infusion of passion. As the last call went so well, and I was excited to see GIB, I was walking fast and I had asked GIB to hang out again because here I want to say something with equanimity. I enjoyed our time together and I was limited on time, but here in the aftermath, it's more like, well, fuck. We fell into an easy love. I often think the thought, if I lived in a society with gay arranged marriage, I wouldn't feel bad about being arranged to this guy. He's confident and soft and listening. He has no illusions about me loving others, taking away from the specialness we build together. He gave me such practical tips about learning new languages. Once you start thinking in the other language, you've got it. I feel fairly sure Europeans are better, more conscious, and more surrendered about withdrawal. He asked me, do you really think you could be with someone 24/7? I thought he was talking about monogamy and responded, I wouldn't put it past myself to have an experience that I never turned away from. He replied, but if you're together 24/7, that how would you get any inputs to bring back to the relationship? Ah, that makes a lot of sense. Our pattern we've built to enjoy is strolling through the streets kind of aimlessly, finding a beer, sitting close, and kissing as we like, and then ordering tapas. I ask him to choose and just pick different things so I can try them. Our mutual guideline is first beer fast, second beer slow. We laugh about all the drinking. I kind of gave up weed since I started writing to you. It's too hard to write the morning after. We went back to his place and our clothes came off practically and unhurriedly, right when we closed the door. He hadn't prepped his bum, which is very un American and very non goal oriented of him. And then we just kissed each other naked in his bed for hours. And I mean hours. It was noteworthy sex. I dozed off and awoke around midnight and
So-
said,
Sorry, go on.
yeah, yeah,
I'm still with the inputs.
yeah, yeah.
Like for him, like why can't you have inputs that happen together? Like you guys are strolling through the
Right,
streets, drinking beers and stuff.
right.
Aren't there plenty of input happening while you're both also
Yes,
together?
yes. It's like I didn't fixate on that as a like a fact. I I fixated it on something like um I like partnering with somebody who's at least mindful of inputs, of the fact that like if we look away from each other, it's like good for our relationship. If we're not like
Mm.
just focused on each other. But I think your
Mm.
point is true. Like two people can can be together and look for the inputs together.
It makes me think, what you're saying, like Ori and I are together lately 24/7
Yeah.
when we go to the streets of Bangkok and we go
Right.
to a museum and stuff, and we don't I don't have my attention on Ori all the time.
Yeah.
Like and Ori also is like noticing different things that we then point out to each other, or
Right.
thinking about different things even when we're together, but our attention is not on each other 24/7, even when we are near each other
Right.
24/7.
So then, I mean, I contrast that to there's people that probably never leave the house and they stay together all the time. And the only new input they're getting is like what show they're watching on TV or something.
Mhm.
I think that's like this
Yeah,
opposite he's mindful of.
right, right.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll go back.
He didn't clean his car.
Where was I? Okay. So he hadn't prepped his bum, which is very un-American and very non-goal oriented of him. And then we just kissed each other naked in his bed for hours. And I mean hours. It was noteworthy sex. I dozed off and awoke around midnight and said, I better head home soon. He replied uniquely, why not just stay here? Usually, when I hear those words, there is an embedded tone that carries meaning. Please stay to validate the meaning of the feelings I'm having. If you stay, it was special. If you don't, but no, he said it like the German he was. You should stay because it's late, and I like you here with me, and I know you like here with me too. My body had a slight quaver as I had been gearing up for withdrawal, and hearing his offer, I had to collect. I took a breath smoothly and replied, okay. And then we kissed more. It was hot as fuck. We co-created sweaty, sleepy comfort. Oh, sorry. It was hot as fuck. The temperature, it was hot. Like we were sweating. We co-created sweaty, sleepy comfort. I had a dream of a young man aggressively trying to control me, and I grabbed his forearm and told him, no, stop it. I realized I was squeezing GIB's forearm and apologized
Mm.
and told him I had a bad dream. He touched my face, kissed me consolingly. We readjusted our sweaty configuration and went back to sleep. It happened twice more, but they were nice dreams, and he smiled hearing them. Then we'd kiss, readjust, and sleep some more. Deep breath here. I'm still absorbing how beautiful it was. He's the bottom, but I swoon as his manliness and caretaking infuse me still as I slowly type and walk coming home. As we were saying goodbye in front of his door, I didn't feel any threat to meaning. He knew we were saying goodbye. It was perfect. We obviously will meet again someday, but probably not this trip. Without nonchalance, fear, or humor, I participated in a loving goodbye. And what I call the mother wound got a new sip of healing, not from some trauma process, but just from life itself. My mother didn't like when I would pull away. She would make subtle remarks to remind me that she was still there. She would insert herself inappropriately. I was 5 when a woman was cutting my hair. She would make subtle remarks to remind, oh, sorry. I was 5 when I was cutting my hair, when a woman was cutting my hair. It felt so good. And when the woman asked if she had cut enough, I asked her to cut some more. Her fingers touch me, and my mother's voice cuts in. You just want her to touch your hair more. My friend Jordan, my friend Jordan says, guilt is what we feel when we're not allowed to feel. what we're really feeling. My deceased Jungian therapist, Michelle, used to say, guilt is what we feel when the mother wound is activated. I get it. A woman becomes a mother and her identity becomes being needed. And then these little fuckers grow up and they have to bandage their mother's identities by feeling guilty about not needing them. Isn't it funny that I need you sounds so much like I love you? I will create myself into a being that is secured to you by its lack of surviving withdrawal. I feel so relaxed now that the disgust in me is merely,
Wait, say that
yeah.
again. I will create a being. I didn't follow.
So it's like a quote, like it's like the way I talk to myself when I choose to feel guilty instead of feeling what I'm really feeling. It's like a little prayer that the little
Mhm.
boy in me said, I will create myself into a being that is secured to you. Like we know we're together because I will keep telling you and myself that I can't live without you.
Mm.
To make you feel secure, to make me feel secure, I'm going to pretend like I will die if you let go.
And then that's guilt.
Yeah, it's like the like think about it like there's a little like a mother and a little boy or a child and a mother. And this is not just about women. It's like this happens with everybody, but one person wants to go this way. And then this person's whole identity is about taking care of this person. So if this person goes away, this person has to ask the question, who the fuck am I now?
Mhm.
That's very questions of our identity. Um, they hit us almost like we're going to die. So as this person's pulling away, they look back and they're like, oh, so if I go this way, you feel like you're going to die. So what I'm going to do is say something like, I can't, I feel so bad. I can't live without you. What they're really trying to say is, um, I love you and I don't want you to have to feel like you're going to die. And so
Yeah.
this guilt is like, I'm so sorry that I'm happy when I'm not with you.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It's this little thing. It's a weird way we say I love you with guilt. Like,
you get that? Yeah.
yeah. Okay. So let's see. I will create myself into a being that is secured to you by its lack of surviving withdrawal. I feel so relaxed now that the disgust in me is merely a burpish bump of a sigh. I see certain cultures talk and smile and groan about their type of mothers. Yes, love is there, but no, that's not just love. And this habit of using guilt and need to signal love has severely regressed my ability to consciously withdraw. It's the cycle of experience. It always ends in withdrawal. Like GIB said, how will you get new inputs if you're only ever together? Martin Buber lovingly said, every I thou ends. If the I thou forms again, it was grace. but every I thou ends always. More reason to be grateful when it returns. I'm giving myself a year minimum. I can fall in love and withdraw for at least 1 year. I get to feel what it's like to love someone, say goodbye, and not feel guilty. My belly quivers typing that with love and goodbyes. And a burp. Mike.
Beautiful.
Anything else at the end? Did you guys understand the part about Martin Buber?
לא.
No.
So Martin Buber is basically the father of circling and relatefulness, like to me. He was a German Jewish mystic professor. And all the existentialists were concerned with being. And Martin Buber said, no, the issue is being together. There's no human that's not in relationship. Yeah. So he said, when any two people look at each other with, I don't know who you are, but I want to know, when people do that at the same time, he said this thing called the I thou is created. It's
מה
when
זה
you,
I thou?
That was a Niata.
yeah. So every time it's created, space and time are distorted. So, like, imagine when you guys are like, you sit down in a cafe in Thailand and you're looking at each other and you feel like a bubble of safety because you're together. Martin Buber said, this is a miracle. This is a miracle that you have this experience. And every time one is created, it will always end. And we fight the ending because we're scared that the miracle won't happen tomorrow. Does that make sense?
The end עם E או end ו?
The ending, הסוף,
כן,
הסוף של הנס הזה, של הבועה.
אנחנו נלחמים עליו?
אנחנו מפחדים מהסוף, בגלל שאנחנו
רוצים להיות תמיד עם הביטחון, עם הבועה הזאת.
ואנחנו לא סומכים שזה יקרה שוב.
Yeah. So, like, it's almost like it's a miracle. It has to end. And when we go for tomorrow, we have to, again, like, you guys know each other so well. In like 30 years, your brain might say something like, I already know you. I know everything about you. But a necessary ingredient for the miracle to happen is, I don't know you and I want to know. Yeah. Cool. Let's end there.
Thank you.